Hi, I'm Miss Amy from the Rogers Public Library and this is for my program Colorin Colorado. Hola, soy la señorita Amy y esto es para mi programa Colorin Colorado. My book for today was this book called Busy Ms. Lizzie by David Shannon. This is a book about a very busy little bee who is practicing for a spelling bee until something happened. So, if you missed my program, you can come to the library and check this book out on your own. For today, I have two crafts and I'll show you how to make one and then the other. This is my first craft. It is a little bee made out of an egg carton with some string, pipe cleaners, googly eyes, and felt wings. So I'll show you how I put it together. In your packet, you will find a little bag that looks like this. So this is all of our materials that we will need for the bee. First, I'm going to take my little egg carton and I'm going to pick a side that I want to be the very front of my little bee. So I'll use this side. So my first step is taking this little blue heart, which will be my wings for my little bee, and I'll be using some liquid tacky glue to apply it, but you can use any kind of glue or even tape. So now that my wings are on there, I'm going to take this piece of yarn and I'm going to start by putting some glue right under my bee, right towards the front, like this, like that. And then I'll take my yarn, hold it to the glue for just a bit, and then I'll put thin lines of glue around the rest of my bee just so we can make the little stripes of our bee. Alright, so this is my little bee after all the yarn has been glued down, and so you might have some excess yarn and you can just cut that right off. And now what I'll do is I'm going to take my two little pieces of pipe cleaner and I'm going to put two glue dots right on top of where I want the face to be, so here for me. And then I'll just stick these pipe cleaners right in it. Alright, so now that our little antennae are on, I'm going to take my little googly eyes and I'm just going to apply them to the front of my bee. So there are my two little eyes on my bee, and now I'll just take a Sharpie and draw a little smiley face and I'm done! Just like that. The materials for the second craft in your packet will be a sheet of bubble wrap, a hexagon on cardstock, 3 packets of acrylic paint, and I'm going to warn you that these can stain, so be very careful when using these. A black sheet of construction paper, 2 pieces of white cardstock, and 1 orange and yellow piece of construction paper. We are going to start by taking our bubble wrap. We are going to place it on the table, and you can feel free to tape it down because we will be painting on it and we don't want it to go anywhere while we're doing that. We are going to start by taking our paint in our packets and we are going to just take a paintbrush and paint it directly onto our bubble wrap. So you can mix all of the colors or you can just do one solid color. It doesn't matter, but either way it'll look very nice. One of our sheets of cardstock paper, and we are going to line it up and then press it down on top like this. So then our pattern can look like this, and I think it looks really cool. I think the bubble wrap does a really cool effect. And you can use your other piece of cardstock to do the exact same thing. If you have any leftover paint, you can just paint back over it again and then place the other sheet of cardstock on top. And then that way you can pick your favorite design and use it for the craft. So I'm going to use this one, and we're going to have to wait for it to dry because the paint is still wet. Once we're done with this, we can go ahead and roll it up and throw it away. So once it has dried, you can take your hexagon and you can use it to trace on top of the paper and cut out hexagons of your pattern. So that way we can make it look a little more like that hive pattern that we see on actual beehives. Here are my hexagons, and then on my other 2 pieces of construction paper, I'm going to take my hexagon shape again and I'm going to trace it and then cut it out. So here are my other hexagons. So now I'm going to take all of these, and you're going to take your sheet of black construction paper, but I already have my sample craft. And you are going to make any pattern you want. I'm doing an alternating pattern with my colors that go behind my cardstock, but you can use the same color, you can use both colors, or if you don't want, you don't need to use a color at all. So I'm going to take my glue stick and start putting some glue on my hexagons like this, and then putting them down in whatever pattern I like. And then I'll take my cardstock piece and I'll put some glue on the back and then put it right on top. Alright, so here is my final hive craft. And if you want to, you can glue or tape your bee right onto our hives to make it look like it belongs there, but of course you don't have to. If you like my craft, feel free to come to the library and pick up a craft packet for yourself. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!